Welcome to Daily Action Picks. My name is Joe Dellera, and I have 3 best bets for tonight's slate. First, we're going to head down to Miami, where the Grizzlies take on the Miami Heat. We get to talk about Ja Morant, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, but just in the fact that they're on the injury report. Ja Morant's going to be out for the next month or so. Bam Adebayo just underwent thumb surgery, and he's going to be out for the next month or so. And Jimmy Butler is listed as questionable for tonight's matchup. But I think we're still going to have a lot of fun here tonight with the Grizzlies having won 4 straight games without Ja Morant. A lot of that has had to do with guys stepping up and taking on increased roles, increased usage, having more opportunity. And one player that I wanted to highlight is Desmond Bane. Desmond Bane has been playing excellent of late. And actually, he's made 4 or more threes in 6 of his last 8 games. And the books don't seem to want to really recognize this, as they've set his line at 2.5 threes at -140. Of course I want to bet this. He already made 5 threes against Miami back in October. This is a line that I absolutely want to take. But given his history against Miami and given his more recent sample size in the last 8 games, I'm going to look at some escalator props. And one that I think gives a lot of value is for him to make 4 or more 3-pointers, and that's available at FanDuel Sportsbook at plus 194. The plus 194 has an implied probability of just 34%. He's made this in 6 of his last 8, 75%. That's a ton of value here, and I think that this is something that we absolutely need to take, especially against this Miami team that allows 3-point attempts at the highest frequency in the league. Now, looking at Miami's defense as a whole, missing Bam Adebayo is a big deal. Bam is an all-star. He's an all-NBA defender. He's a perennial Defensive Player of the Year candidate, at least. You know, they're filling in with Dwayne Dedmon and Omar Yurtseven, Summer League standout, but Summer League. And they're just not going to be able to contain Steven Adams and Jaren Jackson Jr. on the interior. And if that causes them to collapse their defense to try to defend the paint, well, that's just only going to make it easier for Desmond Bane to hit those threes as well. So with all of that in mind, I think that this really sets up for a good opportunity for the Memphis Grizzlies to take advantage of an injured Miami team. Looking at the line, it opened at 5.5. 1 or 2 books I've seen a 6. And it's already starting to move down to 4.5 at some books. So I think that by taking the 5.5, you're getting the best of the number. And I would still even take 4.5. If Jimmy Butler does play, even though he's got the questionable tag, I think the highest we probably see this line is Miami -6, maybe -6.5. But if he doesn't play, I think we're probably seeing Miami -3. So if you're getting Grizzlies plus 5.5 or plus 4.5, you're getting a good number. You're getting it outside of 1 possession. I like this spot. So from this game, we're going to be taking the Grizzlies plus 5.5 and then Desmond Bane over 2.5 threes and 4 or more threes at plus 194. The Washington Wizards versus the Indiana Pacers. In this game, the Wizards are playing their 2nd game in as many days, and they're getting 5.5 points as a road dog in this game against the Indiana Pacers. Although these teams played about a month ago, and the Wizards won by 135 to 134, Miles Turner dropped 40 points, and the Pacers still lost. That's crazy. Now we get the Wizards again, and they're getting 5.5 points. I get that they lost on the road last night to Toronto, but this is just too many points for the 13th placed Indiana Pacers team to be laying against anybody, let alone the Washington Wizards. Now, looking at that game, what can we take away from the game that they played against each other already? And the thing is 3-point shooting. In that matchup, both teams shot about 50% from 3, which is bonkers. They're shooting the lights out in that game. And that's just not going to happen. But who's likely to maybe sustain it a little bit better? It's going to be the Wizards. The Wizards have a better defense than the Indiana Pacers, at least based on the metrics this season. And the Wizards actually have the 7th best 3-point percentage against this season. And a lot of that has to do with the way that they play defense, but the Pacers are 20th in that lineup. So I think that if we look at that comparison, the edge is going to have to go to the Wizards. Plus, if we look at it from a bird's eye view, The Wizards are now looking for their 6th consecutive win, straight up, not against the spread, straight up against this Indiana Pacers team dating back to last year. So 5.5 points, way too many points to lay in that situation. If you're gonna bet any of my picks, please make sure to like this video. If you don't like them, well, tell me in the comments what you're betting today. Hit me up on Twitter at Joe Dellera and tune in every day for more free daily action picks on the Action Network's YouTube channel.